Sag, welcome to your Celtic cross reading. What's up? What's going on? Show me Sag, please. Like always, take it resonates, leave it does not. Do keep in mind these are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all. Frustrating but normal. Check your other placements, you will find yourself in there somewhere. Show me Sag, what's going on for Sagittarius? One more. Show me Sag, please. Okay. Let's see. Judgment. All right. Crossing the Knight of Cups. Oh, yes. Above you, Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Justice in your past. Okay. Leaving something behind, a Six of Pentacles, some sort of balance that perhaps is not working. The Sun is before you in the future. Strength, Ten of Swords. Okay, King of Swords is in your environment. Hopes and fears, Knight of Wands. The energy, Two of Cups is in the outcome. Okay, Judgment's here. Opening up straight away into that sense of divine timing, lessons learned. We're experiencing something now at the spiritual/emotional level with that Knight of Cups crossing. Something about emotional fluidity, how to express ourselves, what we feel, where we direct our energy, and why. So again, once more, the Knights are responsible for moving our stuff outside of us. Sometimes I do see it coming towards us as a person, but more often than not, it represents what we're putting out there. So there's that sense here of lesson and your heart flow and why and where does it go? How do you express yourself, if you do at all? And if so, what does it look like, right? Above you, Ten of Pentacles, your foundation is your everyday life. It's very, very important to you. Strong stability. You hope to get there. You're on the way. I don't know. But it's good. It's very strong. It's very stable. Or that's where we want it to be. Justice is in the past. You know what it is to have a sense of guidance, right, wrong, balancing of the scales. Karma, what does that look like? Karma good, karma bad. A strong sense of weighing things up. Technically, legally, and then also spiritually, overall comprehensively. Exiting or trying to exit Six of Pentacles, a balance that's not translating well. Before in the future, the Sun, sense of happiness, seeking it, finding it, feeling it, hope so. Ten of Swords is in your strengths. You are either telling me you can handle a great deal of pain or you know when to end things. Okay, despite how painful it may be. Okay. Your sense of environment, King of Swords, there's a strong sense of when I put my mind to it, there you go. My reality is on the way. I like it. The Knights of Wands in your hopes and fears. Now that's interesting. To have energy for something and hope for it, or you fear to have energy for something and hope for it. Ooh, okay. The outcome, Two of Cups. We'll see. There's some love there. There's some love there. Okay. We're going to open up straight away with Judgment, although do keep in mind I may not clarify all of these, as some will speak for themselves as we go along. Show me Judgment. Show me Judgment. One more. Show me Judgment. Strength. The Knight of Cups. There it is twice. Two of Cups. Ah, and there that love is. Wow. 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 Knights of Cups. Okay. Two of Cups. Judgment. Wow. So strong sense of love. That's kind of like you're saying, this is where my heart belongs, and I know it. So perhaps you were on the fence about something before, particularly about the strength of your feeling, and is it moving in the correct direction? You said it must be. It must be correct for you. You took it to task. Don't get me wrong, that was not a rushed process. You took it very, very seriously. You took it very seriously. Lessons in love here. Specifically, I can see the Knight of Cups used to challenge you. It's kind of like saying, does my heart flow in this direction? Yes or no? And you were very careful with it. Very cautious. It was a spiritual thing for you, which is a good thing. You wanted assurance spiritually that you were in the correct path of love, I believe. And it took you some strength of will to accept it. You have to understand strength can work both ways. You can pull something towards you or push it away from you. Either way, the force is equal. So It took you some strength of spiritual lesson and guidance that what you were feeling was natural, healthy, correct, and aimed in the correct direction with that Two of Cups. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that Knight of Cups crossing because it looks like you sorted it out, or you're on the verge of sorting it out for you. And it's like I said, it's not overnight. It's not you quickly falling in love. It's understanding that this direction's correct. That cup I harmonize with, that it's the correct cup. It may not be perfect. No love ever is. But you're saying with some strength of will, you understand that this is where it naturally belongs and where it's supposed to belong. Okay. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and skip that Knight of Cups. You sorted it out, or like I said, you're on the verge of it, of understanding where your emotions are best suited and to whom they are worthy of giving them to. Let's go ahead and briefly touch that Ten of Pentacles. I think that speaks for itself, but I'm curious to see where you are in terms of your 3D, because that Six of Pentacles there is there for a reason. So let's go ahead and take a look. Yeah, no, I'm like you, honey. I don't rush feelings either. I have to really take my time to understand if that's where they're going, you know? For some people, it's an insta feeling. Bless them. I'm not like that. It's surprising how many people really are. Oh, I just know. I just know. And there's other people like me, and for the Sag I'm looking at, yourself, you're like, yeah, I really need to measure that against what I believe I'm feeling and the lessons. And is it safe? Is it secure? Is it good? Is it right? Am I forcing it? You know, that kind of thing. And people like us do exist. The point is that you arrived to a conclusion, and I believe that you did. Okay. Let's see that Ten of Pentacles. Show me that Ten of Pentacles, because I can tell that you prive security and stability. So let's get that out of the way. So if you're that person who really wants to make sure your emotionality is developing correctly with someone, it would make sense then. How we approach one thing is often how we do something else. All right, Queen of Swords, Five of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so currently getting you out of the spiritual and emotional realm and into your 3D, you're saying you got things under control, but it gets rough sometimes. Okay, I can tell that this is something you're very used to with the King and Queen of Swords. So some of you might have some very prominent air in your chart, or frankly, you're just used to being in charge. Being determined to make decisions and then act upon them. You know, think your thoughts, sort your thoughts out, okay, but with the strength of will to act on them too. So you're saying sometimes it gets real in the foundation, but you won't harbor any nonsense. Like, no arguing. No arguing. My will is way, or you know how to cooperate with others in order to smooth things out, but it's also like saying I know best, okay? But what you won't do is that you will not deal with any unnecessary arguments or battles of wills. You're saying at the end of the day, if it's not stable, if it goes anti-foundation, I ain't having it. So don't cross it. Don't cross me. Okay? You really like to have things in a particular order, in a particular way. That doesn't mean that we're correct, but you're also saying, I know what's best for my foundation. And if you really believe that and you back it up, then it must be true. Okay? I can tell. Stability and a sense of balance is really priority for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at justice. Again, we're going to look at that briefly. I think it speaks for itself and for the Sag I'm looking at this point. Show me justice. Show me justice. Fool, the Hierophant, and the King of Wands. Wow, you have a very strong platform, and I mean very strong platform. It's a beautiful combination of justice, I must say, between remaining open, trying new things, and also committing to what you have in place. Okay, so you're showing me this wonderful sense of higher self, but also the willingness to retain flexibility. So that's beautiful. That is absolutely fantastic. So that's not just related to work or love. It's all encompassing. So this is and it's still engaged as far as I can tell to this day. So it's not just past experience. In other words, it stays there. It's also, if it works for us, we retain it. And this kind of method for you very much works for you. So it's no wonder here. Okay, it's no wonder. Okay. High levels of operation there. Fantastic. Okay? You're saying what I commit to is what I commit to. I know what I feel, I know what I'm doing, but also I appreciate knowing how to remain open, flexible. I mean, you are a mutable sign, right? But that's no guarantee. So you are doing quite well for you as someone who is developed and very familiar with their energy, and in that respect of who they are, and they commit to who they are based on so you really did take your time with this opening love sequence and understanding that it's for you and that your heart is moving in that particular direction and that is correct and that you can use strength for it, not against it. You don't, in terms of 3D reality, when things get real, you don't deal with nonsense. You cut it out before it has a chance to take root. And you're saying this is all based on commitments you made to yourself a long time ago about what's correct versus what isn't. And if it's correct, you stick to it with a willingness to remain open or flexible. And then if it's not, you're not having it. So that's fantastic. I'm not saying you're perfect. No one is. But you have a darn good operating system, I must say. That is fantastic. I love it. Okay. So there's a Six of Pentacles here that's on the exit, either because you want it to or because it has to of its own accord. So let's take a look at that and really quick, especially since I know how you are protective with the foundation there. The foundation, guys, 10 of Pentacles, it's the tree of life. It's the roots that touch many, many things. So it's not just our personal sense of home, career, and finances. It's all that plus who you're connected to, your resources, community continuity. Again, it's extensive. Okay, so it's a lot in there. If a Six of Pentacles is exiting, it's one component of what could be in your foundation. I don't think it's the whole chunk. I don't think. Oh goodness, no. I think you'd be a lot more freaked out than a little bit of suppressing any fire with that Five of Wands. Let's see that six. Show me that Six of Pentacles. Show me that Six of Pentacles. Show me that Six of Pentacles, please. The King of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Six of Wands. Okay, practically speaking, there is a balance here. It could do with a work construct, a minor contract, a minor back and forth. I don't know. Here's the thing, is the King of Pentacles, someone who's head of state, knows better. This is either you or someone you're associating with that Six of Pentacles. I don't know. I honestly don't know. So far, you're giving me a really strong energetic imprint, so it could still be you. There's someone here who is seriously considering, has not acted upon, okay, listen now, who is seriously thinking about exiting a particular role. It's either you or someone you associate with the foundation. I don't know that it's spoken. I don't know if it's been brought into reality. So someone, practically speaking, wants to know if this balance is still working for them because there's that sense of confidence attached to it or lack thereof attached to it. No longer sense of pride or joy or sense of fulfillment, specifically being seen in that particular role, Six of Pentacles. So someone here is dissatisfied with not getting the recognition, I believe, that they want or feel that they deserve under the Six of Pentacles, guys. Well, here's the news. Hopefully this can help you or whomever this is. It's already on the way out. So we're contemplating the exit of this while it's already exiting out. So in other words, I believe this person, be it you or someone whom you know, already knows the outcome. They're just taking their time with it. I think it's reassurance on the way out the door, if you will. Wrapping things up, understanding, practically speaking, with that King of Pentacles, that this is correct and that they can no longer garner any resources from it that are useful or helpful, or again, specifically something here about the lack of recognition. So sometimes the Six of Wands is negative, that I saw perhaps say in Leo's reading, and yours is, or this situation is more of a positive Six of Wands in that respect of, if we're doing a good job or we have a healthy contract, we should feel recognized in it, confident with it. So that's a serious question, you know? But again, it's still on its way out. Just someone's finalizing it, I believe. I agree with it, whatever it is. If the priority at the end of the day is stability, and something here is running contrary to that, there you go. That's it. So hopefully that helped whomever is identifying as the King of Pentacles, contemplating that six. Okay. The Sun, before you in future. Okay. Let's see that Sun, please. This is your bridge point. Show me the Sun. Show me the Sun. Show me the Sun. I think what we're looking for here is reassurance that this is correct. As far as I can tell, it is. Okay. Let's see that Sun. Show me the Sun. Yes. Three of Pentacles, cooperation, the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a stronger sense of I can do better elsewhere. Yeah. Yeah, I actually agree with you. You can do better. I mean, if you're experienced in creating your own gardens with the Nine of Pentacles, that's just a fancy way of saying you have a wealth of experience attached to you, that you can stand on your own 2 feet. Specifically, if you know how to start from the beginning or build things from the ground up, you're probably right. I mean, we can probably do away with that Six of Pentacles. Yeah, there you go. Let's see that Sun, please. Hey, the World. Okay, the Lovers. It's in the opening position, not a closing position. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're feeling really good about a strong connection here. It's a strong truth. We're recognizing it. No, that's in the opening, guys. That's not in the closing position. Is that going back to that lovely emotional harmony? Really understanding that this love is flowing in that particular... You are so methodical. I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it when people know who they are. I really do, because it shows so brightly in a reading when people have strong, defined ideas of who they are. And I'm not saying it's that, well, I know who I am. No, that's typically someone who thinks they know who they are, but they've never really been challenged on it. I'm talking about you've lived enough life to understand what's right for you. Inherently, down to the bone. And that comes through experience, wisdom, the ability to reflect upon what is right and what's wrong, mistakes, and then also, like I said, credit points for what we did get right. All that's in here. So you're methodical. Perhaps you lean into caution, but it's worked well for you. What I like is that you retain an element of a willingness to be open. In other words, influence. So someone who is closed off says, well, this is who I am exclusively. Okay, so when we don't have any ability to remain open, we'll never influence, which means we never really know who we are. You're saying you know who you are because you have retained a sense of adventure. You have retained a sense of what if. You have retained a sense of not everything is meant to stay, and I understand this, but there are some things that you fight for. And you know who you are. And I love this. At the end of the day, you really know who you are. You're opening up towards a brilliant sun here in the near future. There's a stronger sense of knowing about that connection. The Lovers. Okay. Now, this is either a cycle that's just opening up or we're going to reapproach it. It's hard to tell because of what you showed me at the opening. Again, this was kind of a lovely divine understanding that your heart indeed flows in a particular direction, with strength too. And you took your time with this, as I said, prior to which you were on the fence about it. There was some feeling there, but you weren't entirely sure. And now you know. Now you're sure. Okay, now you're sure. Now you know. Okay. And you seem to know. You seem to know pretty darn well. That's beautiful. I have no idea when that comes bursting through. It's going to be a feeling and then a very strong thought all together, it looks like. But I like it. I like that. Very strong connection. But what I like, though, is that as strong as it may be, you took it to a simple place of love. Do I feel the same? Is this correct? Is this on point? Is my love for this on point? Yeah. I love it. Okay, Ten of Swords is in your strengths. Now that's a heck of a strength. Let's make sure, though, I want to see it used correctly. Okay? Because I agree with you. Knowing how to absorb the pain of an ending because we understand it's the truth, that is indeed a strength. That we were not spending so much time in denial, right? But people who just say, I can handle a lot of pain, that's not necessarily, in fact, it's never a good thing. Just because you can, that doesn't mean you should. Okay? So let's see that Ten of Swords. That makes me cautious when people show me a pain element in their strengths. Okay. Let's see that Ten of Swords, please. Let's see that Ten of Swords. Show me that Ten of Swords. Show me that Ten of Swords, please. Strength, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, I was initially like, I may not have to do that. Now we're going to have to do the Knight of Wands. Yeah, there's two modalities attached to you. One, again, is that methodical patient, takes your time element with the Knight of Pentacles. The other one is your natural kind of looser energy with the Knight of Wands, which I've seen for you both times. There's the cautious, the slow, the steady, and then there's, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to move open. We're going to move forward. There it is again, with strength. You seem to know how to take things on the chin. Okay. You do. It's kind of like that saying, roughly translated here, if I caused that pain, or if I prompted an ending, I understand my part in it. I'll take that one on the chin. I get it. I learned my lessons. So strength is going back over here to that love. Okay. So whatever lessons we had here in terms of really understanding our love flow, you're saying there's some pain behind it. You had to learn about it the hard way, but you indeed learned. Okay? You learned. And you're saying, I can take that. I'm a big Sag. Okay? You have such a diversified reading. I strongly suspect you have multiple points of reference in your chart now. Heavy earth tones are here. Your fire is here. Anyway, and sword element is here too. Quite diversified. Anyway. But yeah, you're saying you know how to take that one. You learned a lot from it. Whatever pain and or ending was here, you're saying you learned a lot about it, and it harkens back to strength in your opening and the lessons you learned. Okay. You're kind of ready to put yourself in motion. Very good. King of Swords is in your environment. Yeah, you showed me that a couple of times. So with all due respect to King of Swords here, you already kind of showed me directly your 3D environment and what it is you were accustomed to doing. You're accustomed to fighting for what's yours and maintaining the peace. It's like, I will not tolerate nonsense. I hear you. All right, let's jump on over to that Knight of Wands and the hopes and fears. What about your energy? All right, that was healthy. That was a healthy Ten of Swords of strength. Someone who can understand pain and endings and weaknesses and when things went wrong. That's good. Like I said, you don't come by this unless you've lived life. You know, you've made mistakes, but you made triumphs too. And that's when you learn how to create more triumphs and less failures. Okay. All right. Let's see that Knight of Wands. Show me that Knight of Wands. Show me that Knight of Wands, please. Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, Three of Swords. There's fear here that you will be rejected. Okay. I would say it's natural. Part of you hopes in a weird way. It's hard to articulate it because I understand it because I've worked with enough people and I've experienced it myself, so I get it. In a weird way, some of you are hopeful that you will be rejected if you put your energy out there. Others of you are fearful of it. So hopes and fears tend to reflect two sides of the same coin. I think that's natural. And it's normal. It kind of depends on what you're aiming for. But nonetheless, the baseline is hope. Natural, healthy energy that you've already shown me. A willingness to be open. But sometimes it's a fearful thing to be open. Because there's always that sense of rejection here, possibly. It's kind of sizable, I must admit. Five of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Three of Swords. It's rough. But it's a possibility, not an absolute. Again, this is an internal process of hopes and fears. Okay. Let's see that Two of Cups, please. Show me that Two of Cups. Let's see that Two of Cups. Always have to point that out. Hopes and fears is not a guarantee. It's an internal process that helps us sort things out. Okay. For the side I'm looking at, this is normal to you. Again, you couldn't be here unless you had an appreciation for the process. Yeah? All right. Let's see that Two of Cups. Yeah. Sun, the Wheel of Fortune, Knights of Cups. There it is again. Oh, you have such a beautiful heart space. You really do. The point, I like that you took your time with it. And I'm sorry that you took your time with it in coordinates to lessons that seem to harken back to an ending and or pain. Point is, you took that on the chin and you understand it now. And that's That's why frankly, I'm personally very proud of you. Okay? The Sun, Wheel of Fortune, the Knights of Cups, is kind of like saying, looking back on it, it was there the whole time. Yeah. Yeah, and also P.S., now that we better understand our feelings, we also understand that they haven't changed. But looking back on it, it's like saying that sense of happiness was there this whole time. It's very consistent, that Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups. So I understand the strength of the Lover's connection sometimes take our breath away. And there's that Sun, by the way. Like I said, it's the idea is that it was there this whole time. Okay? So, and you're doing something that I know I've advised some folks to do in the past. Sometimes it really takes us, the Lover's connection can take us to such deep places, and it's fearful, and it's very provoking. So you're doing exactly what I advise people to do, is to scale it back and concentrate on basics, which is this where my heart goes? Not just my sense of desire, right? Not just my own sense of personal fulfillment and desires and drives, but is this where my heart belongs? Can I say that honestly, feel it, and mean it? Because, oh my gosh, it feels so darn good, the happily ever after thing. So yeah, the outcome is beautiful. So your hopes and fears, it was more fear. Okay. I would love to know when the sun shines on through for you. I just know that it indeed seems to be yours, so I want you to take it. I want you to take it and run with it. Okay. Let's see if we can pick something up on the oracles. Could be the height of the sun, i.e. Leo season. I don't quite know. We're not bound to patterns. We learn from patterns. Okay? And that's how you break a pattern. I know some of us have a tendency to learn things the hard way. But learning things the hard way is what makes indeed sure that we're learning. Okay? We're not bound to toxic patterns here. A separation and the longing. A separation was necessary. I can tell a lot of time has passed between that and it barely is a blip on your radar. You're showing me how you digested the truths over time. Okay. Separation and longing. And where your heart needs to be. A financial loss. Kind of take that with some interpretation. I see the loss here. And perhaps there was a fear about what will be lost in the real world. I see how protective you are of your foundation. Okay, so there might have been a sense of something else was at play in terms of something else you couldn't show me at the time, where there might have been some real 3D jeopardy in terms of foundation, loss of coin, sense of loss of stability, and that might have been what led up to the disconnect and really being able to explore feelings in this and to really take it to its highest degree. And perhaps we couldn't do that because we had other concerns. I don't know. Point is, we have regrets here. Okay. I get it. Anything else here? Wish fulfillment. Well, we're going to make up for that now or soon. Wish fulfillment. 9 of Cups. September for some of you. Okay. Excellent. Saggy honey, I hope this helped you. This was a great reading. I really like how you kind of carefully cultivate multiple areas of growth in your life. Not just your finances and not just your spiritual self, your emotional self. This back and forth has served you well. So while it takes time, I grant you, it has worked for you very well. I'm happy to report it looks like we'll be harmonizing with this this person soon. And because you know it's right for you now. And that's what matters. Okay? Saggy, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well.